DeWanna Bonner has had enough of Indiana.
The Minnesota Lynx sale is complete to a former MLB superstar and his ownership group.
There's a lot of value in the Bay Area when it comes to basketball franchises.
And oh yes, a GOAT looks to get honored in LA. All that and more on this edition of the Hardwood 94. Let's tip it off. Welcome to another edition of the Hardwood 94. Nick Hamilton alongside Lauren Jones. What's happening with you?
What's going on, Nick? I'm so excited. It's another week of just storylines, drama, and all the craziness. So I can't wait to get into it. We got a lot to talk about.
Hey, indeed we do. I see you with the pearls rocking. What you doing?
No, I'm trying to match your fly.
Nah,
man.
listen,
You got the mustard coat.
Mustard. Listen, I got my H&M shirt on. I ain't got nothing to cry about. I can afford it. I'm glad to have it. Listen. Glad to have you back once again. Glad to be back once again, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, we got a lot to talk about. We might get us censored, but you never know. So you definitely got to stick around and figure that one out. While we figure this out, when it comes to, there was a lot of anticipation in the offseason when it came to teams loading up. One team in particular were the Indiana Fever, as they loaded up with two-time champion DeWanna Bonner, a name that everyone was happy about, including the signing. At first, several games went by, she even made history by becoming the all-time third leading scorer in the history of the W. But something seemed off. During the course of time, between injuries and Coach Stephanie White taking time off for personal reasons, then it was announced that Bonner would take time away for her own personal reasons. However, it was finally revealed that Bonner had no desire to return to the team, which was first reported by Andy Constable of Front Office Sports. Now, here's what head coach Stephanie White had to say regarding Bonner and her decision to depart.
Obviously, there were reports today that DB isn't or doesn't intend to return to the team. Just what conversations have you had with her and with the front office about that?
Yeah, I had a lot of conversations recently. Really been focused on the group that we have right here and what we need to do to position ourselves to win.
DeWanna Bonner also released a statement that said, quote, "I want to sincerely thank the Indiana Fever for the opportunity to be a part of the Fever franchise. Despite our shared goals and excitement heading into the season, I felt the fit did not work out, and I appreciate the organization's willingness to grant my request to move on, particularly at this point of my career," end quote. Ooh.
Yeah.
You didn't feel that?
Yeah, it's a little
that
chill.
frost.
It's
And that it wasn't even wintertime in Indiana. When I heard initially that DeWanna Bonner was stepping away for personal reasons, first of all, we all hope that nothing happened to her family.
Right.
We all hope that everything was okay on the front end as far as with her family, maybe her extended family, whatever it was. Because we know Stephanie, like, as I mentioned earlier, took time off for her personal reasons for dealing with her family.
Right.
And once we found out that everything seemed to be okay with DeWanna Bonner, everybody was relieved and thought that she may be coming back because the question started to mount, when is DeWanna going to come back?
Yes.
Because this team had been starting to reform ever since the return of Caitlin Clark, obviously, Sophie Cunningham and, Sydney Colson and all those pieces that are intricate parts of that Indiana Fever team.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that got me was that when DeWanna came out, or there were reports that DeWanna came out and said, okay, you know what? I ain't really feeling Indianapolis.
Yeah, it's not feeling like the right fit.
Woo!
Yes, things got a little testy, and obviously she missed 5 games due to those personal reasons. I'm not really sure, when she started to feel that way, but we've seen that a lot throughout the course of this WNBA season of, players taking time away for personal reasons as it's listed on the report. But, when she requested the formal, trade and to be waived, we saw that there was where there's smoke, there's fire, and there was some fire in that locker room. So we'll see kind of where she ends up. Obviously, there's some potential destinations that have been rumored to want to sign her, and the Fever also signed Ari McDonald, who was played for the Sparks, during the preseason. So it'll be interesting to see how this shakes out. But where do you see, DeWanna ending up for which franchise do you see her?
It's interesting because when I look at, you mentioned Ari McDonald, which I think that's a good fit, but the Indiana Fever are still going to have a big problem, right? Because then where are the bigs? right? Who's going to give relief to Aaliyah Boston? We know Aaliyah Boston dropped a 30-piece the other night against the Seattle Storm on the road, which is never a easy place to play. But when you look at the course of the season, where are the bigs going to come from? When you sign DeWanna Bonner, you sign a vet, but you also sign someone that can contribute. And I give credit to DeWanna Bonner when she realized, you know what, this is not really working. It's not really working for me.
Right.
And so when you look at that team being stacked, because remember on this show I said, hey man, if they can hold it down and keep healthy, that is a team to watch, at least in the front four. Right, of this league.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm
there's a couple questions.
I mean, I might have to call some folk out of me, file a report, missing report, because I don't know if this team is going to be able to pull it together. And listening to Stephanie White, man, I mean, I'm gonna start calling her Mr. Freeze, because man, that answer was a cold one. And I don't know, maybe she's not trying to talk a whole lot about it. Maybe she's trying to respect the privacy of DeWanna Bonner.
Yes.
But look here. This is DeWanna Bonner we're talking about. This is a future Hall of Famer we're talking about. This is no slouch. This is not somebody at the end of the bench that you just casually have to bring on that can give you some quality minutes and 6 fouls. This is a woman that's a 2-time champion. And as far as where she may end up, I was reading Andy Constable's report about where she could end up, and I know a lot of teams have been.
Dream was on that list.
Yeah, Atlanta Dream. Well, the reports were the Atlanta Dream and the Phoenix Mercury.
Right.
And if she got waived, the Phoenix Mercury didn't have to cut anybody, and they could pay her a prorated salary that didn't necessarily always count against their cap.
Well, that sounds like an ideal situation.
Plus,
but where she wants to be is also obviously a factor, and we'll see where that ends up being.
It's a plus because you got her girlfriend or wife is Alyssa Thomas, so she's there. So that's a plus.
It could be.
And the thing about it is, no, I think it will be, because here's the thing. She's been in that organization before. She helped win 2 championships with that organization before she departed to Connecticut and played for Stephanie White in Connecticut. But I think also, too, you got to look at, was Indianapolis the right fit for her? And where is the soul in Indianapolis?
Yeah, it sounded good on paper, obviously. For her, I think, she's looking at a young team that's growing, that, she has the relationship with Stephanie White to start the season. So there's all this history there, and then also the promise of just what the eyes and Caitlin Clark brings to any WNBA franchise. And so there was some good pieces there. Also, the mentorship that she could extend to Aaliyah Boston as she's, getting into her second, and she's in her sophomore year in the league. So I saw why it made sense for her. I think it just, when you get into the nuts and bolts and you see the season kind of go on, you want to make sure that you're in the right fit come the All-Star break, which is coming up rapidly, and making sure that, you're kind of settled in with whatever team that you end up at that point.
I want to know, right? I want to take a black poll. Because I want to know what the pulse is for Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and Sydney Colson. Because there was some talk about possibly some of the fans being derogatory towards DeWanna at certain points. I don't know if that's accurate, but I'm saying that was just some of the talk. And then also, too, man, it takes a special person, because,
Indiana.
I've been to Indiana, right? It's cool. It's a cool place. The downtown scene is nice.
Right.
I got some good sleep when I was out there. I see why they call it Naptown. I got some good sleep out there.
Yes.
It was cool, but I couldn't live there.
Yeah.
Ain't enough hot sauce and collard greens and
not enough soul food spots to go to.
So I understand why Atlanta and maybe Phoenix, because of connections, but Atlanta, I understand that.
Right.
You feel a little more at home when you in the A-Town.
Yes.
Looking like how we look.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be honest. Like, are we gonna sit up here and lie about it? I mean, I understand it totally. I would love to see her with the Atlanta Dream. I think the Atlanta Dream are rolling. They have a good culture in their locker room.
Yes.
I see, they're moving and they're moving along. They're building the chemistry. They have 2 great players in Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard, along with Brianna Jones. You got BG down there. They have a nice, second unit. Coach is really evolving and developing that team and really playing to their strengths. So I think it's a lot of pluses if she decided to sign with the Dream. But ultimately, I believe she'll end up signing with the Phoenix Mercury at some point.
Interesting.
So.
Well, we shall see. It remains to be seen where she'll end up, but either one would be, I think, a good fit for her, and they're both contenders, so both rolling at this point in the season. So it'll be interesting to see.
And a happy DeWanna Bonner is a very dangerous DeWanna Bonner on the floor.
Absolutely. 2 times.
Please believe that. Coming up, Los Angeles honors a legend, and the Minnesota Lynx enter a new era in ownership. Make sure y'all stay tuned.
Warning, the following footage is misleading. There will be no showboating, no trash talk. Just Defensive Player of the Year Nafisa Collier making you think you have a chance. You don't.
Nafisa Collier, that's why she's the Defensive Player of the Year.
Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to the W.
Welcome back to the Hardwood 94. Finally, Los Angeles honors a legend in Candace Parker. Now, of course, on June 29th at Staples Center, I refuse to call it that other place because I'm homegrown here, the house that Kobe built.
Let's go.
And she will be honored with her jersey retirement. Now, this is interesting because not only is she going to be honored in Los Angeles, in August, she's going to be honored in Chicago, where she played for the Sky, and who she also brought a championship to. I mean...
And they play against the Sky also on Sunday. So.
Gotta love the irony, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of symmetry.
Who playing this?
Somebody did a good job with the planning, for sure, but it's very overdue for her. Obviously, Candace Parker was a huge part of the Sparks, the face of that franchise for a number of years, and to bring, championship to LA during the 2016 run. I mean, Candace Parker is just, what can we say? The Hall of Famer is Hall of Faming, and so it was only right that they retire her jersey. Only 3 other people have had their jerseys retired by the Sparks organization, so she's in good company. Sorry, excuse me, 2. She will be the 3rd, so she'll be in good company with that. But it's exciting. It's very exciting for the city of LA, and just the impact that she's had to be able to bring a championship here.
We took Candace like we adopted Kobe.
Absolutely.
Right? And I say that because Candace doesn't still get the respect that she deserves. She doesn't get the respect because she was an MVP and a Rookie of the Year award winner in her same year. Also, playing alongside Lisa Legend, which is not easy because Lisa has established roots. Obviously, she's from here.
Yep.
So those roots go deep.
USC, all that.
Exactly. Morningside High, 101 points, by the way.
Yes.
But 2-time WNBA champion. What she means to the city, and then being able to extend and pass that baton to Candace. And I came in, like I said, at the second half of 2009 when Candace wasn't there because obviously she was pregnant with Layla at the time. Then she came back next season.
Who's now a TikTok star also.
I love rock star.
I love her socials.
Star,
I love her. Her videos with her parents are cracking me up on a daily.
She is doing it real big, and I'm so happy for her. I'm so happy for Candace, and watching Candace evolve and go through those growing pains, and then finally getting to a WNBA finals and competing for a championship, something that she's always wanted to from day one that she set her foot in the W, and being able to accomplish that dream alongside Nneka Ogwumike and Chelsea Gray at the time. The next year against your arch rival, against the Minnesota Lynx of Maya Moore and Simone Augustus.
Man, those battles it was a couple of years of just back
3
to back.
years of epic,
just back to back.
Colossal gladiator type battles.
Yes.
But you saw the beauty in those battles. You saw, we had Angel McCautry up here not too long ago, and you saw the beauty in those battles. And the thing about it is, when you looked at a person like Candace, when you watched Maya Moore and those 2 greats going at it, it was like watching Kobe and LeBron, right? And when they would battle, unfortunately, we didn't get the finals matchup that we wanted, but when we saw those battles, we saw those intense battles. Even in the All-Star game, they were intense.
Definitely.
And that's what I felt like Candace, first of all, should have never left Los Angeles.
Man. I don't know what happened there, and you might be able to provide some insight, but I was really disappointed after that, bringing the championship here. It was so much fanfare and excitement around the Sparks organization, and so to see her leave, I was like, man, I mean, obviously it was for her and her family, it might have been the right fit, but for the fans, it seemed like it was really tough.
Yeah, it was disappointing, and I heard
they haven't really rebounded since then.
No, I heard for Candace because I know how competitive Candace is and how much she wanted to win and continue to bring championships to Los Angeles. She loved the city, she loved the fans, still does.
Yes.
But seeing her go to Chicago and then watching her bring that franchise up, and watching, even though I remember that year I covered them, she missed 7 games due to injury. And everybody, I think they went 0 for 7 during that stretch. And nobody expected them to win a championship in that year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And so when you look at, then she went to the Las Vegas Aces, which is an absolute cheat code.
Man, I'm telling you, the rich just get richer.
When I covered the Aces,
yeah,
I never will forget. She played, I think it was against the Liberty, and I'm sitting there, and for those of my NFL fans that know about defensive coordinators and offensive coordinators, you have people that know certain positions. She would call out a play in front of the opposition, and they was still running to perfection, and they still couldn't stop it. I'm like, okay, this team is. I mean, ultimately, she went down with injury, which was unfortunate because I would have loved to see her at least compete back in the finals. But she was there to cheer those ladies on with
and her
Asia
leadership and presence alone just took them over the top for sure.
Chelsea, Kelsey, Jackie, you saw that. And you saw her presence being felt even when she wasn't on the court.
Right.
That's how much of an impact Candace Parker has had on this game. Not just the Sparks, not just the Sky, not just the Aces. She had an impact on this game, and she definitely should be a part of the Mount Rushmore when it comes to great players. And she's definitely one of the GOATs. I don't give a damn what y'all say. Argue with your mama and your side piece. I'm going to tell you right now, this woman is a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yes.
She deserves the more respect than what she's getting. I'm glad she's getting honored, on Sunday at Staples Center in front of the crowd.
And it's much deserved. And I hope that they really do that ceremony justice. It's going to be in front of, the home team and against the Chicago Sky that they're facing. But just the impact that she's had and that you can continue to see with her legacy and how many players that she's impacted throughout the years of sports. And now, even on the NBA side, you see her mentorship and her coaching in the All-Star game and all those things. So I really am excited to see what the Sparks bring out in terms of just, the fanfare and then actual ceremony. It'll be great to see her.
It better be a big one, damn it. It better be some champagne there, some Dom, some Moet, something.
All of it.
Because she absolutely deserves it. And she's the president of women's basketball for Adidas. You see what she's done in the media space, as you mentioned. Lovely family. She's growing her family.
Yes.
You love seeing it. And you want the best. And like I said, I got nothing but love and respect for Candace Parker. She's always treated me well. She made sure, I never will forget, she made sure we was at media day, and I'm not going to say the team name, but there was an individual that didn't want me necessarily talking, and Candace saw me, and she said, I'll be right back. No, that's my guy. I'll be back to talk to you. And she came back.
That's awesome.
And I said,
that's a high character individual. That's the people that you want on your side. And I have similar experiences when I first started covering the WNBA back in 2016 when they were on their route to that championship run. And, she did a one-on-one with me and I was a novice in this game. So, so much respect to her and how she's handled things from a player perspective. She's just upstanding, gorgeous, and a hooper. I mean, I'm telling you. So really excited to see the Sparks being able to honor her in that way and really looking forward to Sunday.
I feel you, dog.
Yeah. If you can't get a ticket, I don't know if it's sold out yet, but you want to be there.
It's about to be. Don't call me and don't call her because we ain't going to pick up.
Yeah, like DMs are on Do Not Disturb.
Nope. I ain't going to even answer. The Minnesota Lynx, who continue to be the WNBA's top team, however, new ownership is officially led by former MLB slugger and businessman Alex Rodriguez, along with Mark Lore. The NBA officially approved the sale of the Timberwolves and the Lynx. So when you look at what Minnesota has already accomplished, and you know Alex Rodriguez, and we know how Alex Rodriguez has developed his portfolio on the business side so much, And there's been talk for years about A-Rod and his group, and I know there was some things that went on prior to this that they had to go back and kind of regroup and get things together. But I'm excited to see what A-Rod and Mark Lore are going to do, along with the rest of the ownership group. I know one thing they did make sure they were going to mention is that they're going to keep both teams in Minnesota, in the Twin Cities, but they also are looking for a new arena to build because the Target Center is kind of old. It's a little bit old.
From what I read, it's the second oldest arena in all of professional sports. So, you definitely need some upgrades.
That long.
No, but I mean, the way in which all these new, arenas are popping up and how they're investing in, facilities and making sure that, everything is top tier, I would expect nothing less than for them to upgrade that. And they're looking to build a whole new arena. So we'll see how that kind of pans out. But it's exciting. It's very exciting for the Lynx and, for the Timberwolves.
Now, do you think they're going to be able to pour a whole lot of money into the Lynx? Because we've seen it from Joe Tsai. We've seen it from Mark Davis in Las Vegas. We've seen it with the Phoenix Suns ownership group with the Phoenix Mercury. If you have not been to that facility with the Phoenix Mercury, you can literally stand at the three-point line and there's numbers that will let you know how many shots you made versus how many shots you missed. It is technology at its finest. When you look at the Seattle Storm and what that ownership group has done with the Seattle Storm and building that immaculate facility that they have in the practice facility.
And even the Valkyries,
and
Chase Center is
and I don't even want to get,
we'll talk about that a little
Do
later,
you think, how much will it take for them to get to the place that they want, to compete with the people I just mentioned as far as the Joe Tsai's and
I think it's more so not necessarily how much it'll take, but it's about time because obviously everything takes time to build and they are just now acquiring, in a formal capacity, the team. They were minority owners and now, switching over to the majority ownership. So I think it's just going to be a matter of time, but I'm expecting them to be on par with, those other organizations to be able to compete because that's just kind of the market and where we are with professional sports and specifically in the W. You see people investing in, the franchises.
Is that going to be a top tier destination in a couple of years?
Well, I think just with the competitiveness of the team, it's always going to be a destination. I'm not sure exactly where that will rank, but because of all these like the Aces and because of the Valkyries and their success in their first year, it's tough to say whether and how high it'll rank. But I think winning solves it all, right?
Well,
so if they're competitive, then people will want to come.
It better be. With all that money they pouring into it, it damn sure better be because people aren't coming there to watch a mediocre franchise.
Right.
And what the hell else is there to do?
I was going to say, there's not much else to do
besides watch the Twins in the summer and watch the Vikings compete in the winter.
Yeah. Oh, and those winters are serious.
Nah, I'm cool. I'm good.
Hard pass.
It better be. Because if not, what are you really doing this for? If you're not going to compete, that's what irks me about certain franchises. It's like you try to do EBT money and get $1 million wishes. Like, it doesn't work that way.
That's just not the game of sports either.
No, but people, I don't understand how people think that. But you see franchises, which I will not name, that continue to do that. And it's a few of them that do that. And I'm like, then you wonder why you don't get the results from top to bottom because you're not properly investing, marketing, and strategizing your way to get to that top tier point where you're like, okay, who would have thought the Indiana Fever, we know what Tamika Catchings has meant to that organization, but post Tamika Catchings, you had to get a Caitlin Clark in there. You had to get an Aaliyah Boston in there to be able to say, okay, now we have some talent. We have something to work with. And the Pacers owner had to invest money, unloose the purse and put the money out there.
Yeah.
The same thing when we're looking at the Golden State, Valkyries, the WNBA's newest team, which has been properly valued at approximately $500 million.
Ooh, it's crazy. That's big money. That's a big bag.
The first women's basketball team to be valued that in the first year. And they've sold out all 18 games, 19 games. They've sold them out to everybody.
And their fans travel in the first year, which is like unprecedented on many levels. But that $500 million valuation, I think, just speaks to how well run that organization is and how they continue to just kind of break these barriers and molds that you haven't seen before in, the WNBA space. So it's really exciting. It's an exciting time.
You know a lot of people. You got Peter Guber or Joe Lacob.
Let me check my Rolodex. Let me check my.
I need a piece of that. Even if I get 1%, you just give me 1%. I'm good with that. After taxes, I'm good.
I'm telling you.
I mean, who would have thought the Golden State? Now, obviously, we know the quality of the Golden State Warriors and how that organization was built, coming from Oakland to the San Francisco area, new Chase Center, new arena, new facilities, everything, and obviously they won chips, right? Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson. But when you're going into a brand new venture, I'm like, they wasted no time.
No.
I mean, they went into it like, hey, this is what we're going to do.
Now there's pressure.
And there's no stars.
Now
there's no superstars, rather.
These new teams to live up to that. The Toronto Temple and other franchises that are coming down the pipeline.
Cleveland Rockers.
They better come right, man. I mean, they've got a lot of some big shoes to fill, especially with how the Valkyries are coming.
My Golden State Valkyries, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go.
My. Nobody believed in them, but yours truly believed in them.
but
I
Nick
still
did.
believe. I still believe. I'm a kid. I'm a kid. Like, I'm a little kid at heart, believing in magic. But listen, the Valkyries have done a good job.
Yes.
I think and it's really, and honestly, there's really no pressure. Like when you think about it, they're they're trying to find their way. They threw a bunch of players together.
They've already
figure it out.
Yeah, performed on that level. So it's exciting.
Hey, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. I gotta go up to we gotta go to Chase Center.
Yeah, I mean, for
you
sure.
got to connect.
Yeah.
You leaving me hanging, man, like a loose toenail.
Hey, man, say chill out. Not too much. We
I'm
can
just
definitely
saying.
go.
Okay, all right. Let me
have to
know.
do a
I'll
show
book my
from there.
Southwest flight. Coming up, our power rankings and a special drip of the week, and who has the freshest kicks and more. Make sure y'all stay tuned.
This shit like the Super Bowl, man. This shit done it big as the what? Big as the what? Big as the Super Bowl, but the difference is it's just two guys playing shit that they did in the studio. Niggas usually send they verse. Go ahead, say it then. Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? They had bad from January to November, nigga, it's just you and Cole. Big as the what? Big as the Super Bowl. Everybody eat breakfast and I'm about to clear up my plate.
All right, y'all, welcome back to the Hardwood 94. Now, before we go any further, I have to congratulate the face that runs the place, the best baller on the planet, none other than Las Vegas' own two-time WNBA champion, A'ja Wilson, who has completed 5,000 points, the fastest to 5,000 points in, I believe, 230 games. She did it at home, which was great always, at Michelob Ultra Arena. I'm sure they're celebrating. Can't wait to see the video from that and hear her talk about that. But A'ja Wilson, real quick, what do you guys feel like she's meant to the game?
I mean, she's just been so impactful. She's coming here like a storm, and really shaking up the league in the best way possible. I mean, her love and passion for the game alone is really like something that can be commended, but just what she's been able to accomplish in the time period, such a short time period and time frame that she's been able to do it. I mean, she just keeps racking up the accolades. I'm like, what's next? What's going to be left for her to do? Honestly.
More chips, and yes, acknowledge her.
Yes.
She's
the one.
She's A1 from day one. So congratulations, A'ja Wilson, out to you and the Las Vegas Aces. And of course, staying with the same thing, with the Fresh Kicks report, of course, you cannot be dripping if you ain't got the right kicks on your feet.
I mean, that's
y'all know that.
Sure.
I mean, especially, we got to be out here styling and profiling. And of course, I'd like to welcome to the team my guy, Fresh Kicks reporter on Preston Shorts. What's going on, my man?
Thank you guys for allowing me to be here. I'm grateful and thankful. And honestly, I just got to check on some people's kicks because
hey, man.
the game is getting hot, but the shoe game is getting hotter.
Yes, it really is. I'm excited to see what you bring, man.
So what you got for us this week, my man?
Well, I mean, she's not only the queen of the courts, but she's actually the queen of the shoe game right now. You know, having a debut shoe that, sold out in 5 minutes?
Yeah.
And crazy colorways, but the meaning behind the shoes is what's the more impactful message. Not only is she paying homage to her sorority, she's paying homage to her family, her parents, as well as her grandmother. So definitely got some heat. Definitely got some heat from
Asia Wilson, those A1s.
Hey, the A1s are on point. I love the pink ones. I was mad because I couldn't get them.
You and me both.
Hey, man, I'm still on a mission to get those pink shoes. But what is it about these shoes, especially because they've always the stigma has been, hey, women's shoes don't sell, especially when it comes to basketball. They have trouble selling. But according to Nike and Asia Wilson,
she got something to say about
5 minutes.
1,000%.
And the ones that I love in addition to, and I didn't see it at first, I missed it. The Blue Fury.
Yeah,
Yes.
those are fire.
Now, those are, I guess, from what they've been saying, the parent inspirational shoe. So her parents have paid a lot of attention to the shoe game, but they definitely took that colorway and made the best shoe that I've seen so far. I'm going to have to say the Blue Furies. But
I love the white ones, too.
Little birdie told me there's a hot one dropping 4th of July weekend.
Ooh,
we
okay.
We got some breaking news to drop as well, but right now, I think the pearl whites, the pearls.
The pearls are fire. That's the all white feeling godly.
Pearls as well.
You know, it matches perfectly. I need some. Hey, let me send the address.
I copped those. Now I definitely copped those.
Yeah,
actually,
those are fire.
I won the. I think it was the first. Was the first Sparks game? Yep.
Oh, okay. Just
you know,
not everybody can be so blessed.
I had to pop them on out one time. I'm gonna pop them out when I go to Vegas again.
It would be perfect for my outfit today. I'm saying. Hey.
I mean, hey, you got to get it.
And those shoes were inspired by the pearls that her grandmother gave her. Pearl necklace that her grandmother gave her, which has a saying at the bottom of the shoe for it as well.
Oh, that's dope.
So yeah, I can give you guys all of them, but go cop the shoe so you can actually see everything that's in it, from the embroidering on the inside of the tongue for the parents. The hot pink is for her AKA sisters.
Okay, well, we're not beefing over here. It's Delta Sigma Theta.
That's why I kept it a little low.
But hey, it's all good. It's all good. It's all love.
I'm not in that. Y'all sound like some gangbanging type stuff. I don't know nothing about that.
Educated.
But I will say this much. I want to talk a little about the 4th of July rumored joints that are coming. Because when I look at shoes now, and listen, I saw a lot of guys rocking these kicks. Right, and I mean,
Bam got the exclusives, you know.
But then Bam, but it was times where Bam didn't even get his kick.
Right.
Like
right.
He definitely was on that waiting list.
Yeah, this was Bam out of bar we talking about.
Right.
We know the history of what her.
Yeah, USA gold medalist, and the significant other can't get it.
Definitely supporting each other, but definitely did not have the support for his shoes.
No, not at all.
She did not keep it A1 with him.
What is going to be so significant about the rumored 4th of July drops if they end up dropping on 4th of July?
These are a inspiration behind the Red October joints. So we're talking red on red.
See, now we talking. Now we talking.
With the silver swoosh.
Oh, that's fire. That's fire.
We are in for a hot summer for sure with that kick. And again, it's not just a shoe that's selling out for women's. It's sold out for men's sizes first before the women's sizes.
That's dope.
It's a good shoe to hoop in, very good traction, good on the Achilles and ankle because that's going around right about now. But they're light, they're durable, inside, outside shoe, but also
I just love that they like lifestyle because you could also just wear them with a fit, you know?
That's what I do.
Dope. The signature shoes, there's some other ones that are really hot and popular also, the Unescos and so I feel like there's a couple of signature, women's shoes right now that are really circulating and people are really gravitating towards. So I love to see that.
1,000%. Sabrina has her shoe, Caitlin has her shoe.
Yep.
Coming.
But
that's coming.
Right now, the A1s, it's like
A1 is number one.
The sales of men's shoes, like right now, it's competing with John Morant's shoe.
Wow.
Which says a lot because a lot of the kids are on that shoe. So for a shoe to basically be able to target men and women and outsell a lot of men's shoe, says a lot.
And also, too, I saw where Zuri James, the daughter of LeBron James,
Oh, yeah,
she wore one pink and one blue.
That's so
she
fire.
Was repping.
Fire.
And so when you see kids of her age, because kids are going to see that. And they say, oh, well, if Zuri's rocking it, then maybe I should, too.
And she mixed it up. That's dope.
So, I mean, when you look at this shoe and you look at just it's not just the shoe, but she also has apparel. Right, to go along with the shoes.
And the marketing behind it,
Oh,
too,
the marketing.
is top tier. I mean, obviously, Nike just knows how to do that so well. So that, to me, was what gravitated to me, is like the storytelling behind the shoe was something that we haven't seen in a long time, even from Nike and their signature shoe collection. So it was dope to see all of the imagery that they put behind it and the thought that they put behind the marketing campaign, too.
I'm trying to get on the waiting list right now for the next one.
Yeah.
I cannot be without any of them.
Yeah.
I need them.
Well, I know where to go, but you going to have to pay a little bit.
Hey.
You have to pay a little bit.
They did retail at 110. Now they're kind of going up. As they should, though. The hype behind the shoe is real. It's a real shoe. So if you're
maybe
a hooper,
a collectible, too.
Or if you're just a somebody who styles and profile, this is a shoe to have.
I look at this shoe. I look at her line, and I want to see how far they're going to take it. Like, we know Jordan is like at the 40 mark, right? We know Kobe went up to like 11, 10 or 11, something like that. Right, LeBron went up to like 20, 21. KD is at, I think, 18 or 19.
Yep.
But to have a woman go the age of 3, the age of 4, just like Sabrina 2s, and then now you got, to see that type of progressiveness with shoes and the anticipation. Because I like the A1s. I also like the Sabrinas, right? Depending on what color I'm feeling that day. And I want to see more. I'm looking forward to the Caitlin Clarks when they come out. I'm looking forward to Paige Beckers getting her own shoe.
Yep.
Angel
Reese is.
Angel Reese got her shoe.
That's right.
And you got
and even
Stewie.
Rakia with
Stewie is going to get. Stewie has her shoe with Puma.
Yeah.
There's a lot of. I don't know if they're going to sell as much as Sabrina or Asia will. I mean, obviously Caitlin will because she's part of that Nike family, and I'm sure Paige will as well. But it just seems to me. Like, I love seeing this, and I love seeing, and I'm gonna say this, I love seeing the black women go out there, inspire black girls, inspire girls of all ethnicities, all races, backgrounds, what have you. Beautiful. But she is also making sure that, look at the commercials.
Yes, those commercials are insane.
The commercial, and then she had input into those commercials. That's the key right there.
Yes.
With her, with, Sabrina, with, as we mentioned,
I'm ready for
Caitlin.
Juju to drop. Okay.
Oh, that's gonna be.
That's the next one.
That's gonna be
the next
a
one. I'm right there with you.
But but it's smart. Holding off Juju is so smart because you want her to get her footing into the W first.
No pun intended.
Then, right. But I'm just saying, you want her to get cemented into the W enough where it's like, okay, I'm bringing this.
Yeah.
Like the Paige Beckers, Caitlin Clarks, of the world, and when it comes to Nike.
Yeah.
Angel Reese, I don't know where her shoe is. I don't know because you also have to look at who's distributing the shoe.
Yeah,
right?
That's very true. And everybody's trying to get into this game at this point. They want a piece of this pie. So you've seen non-traditional like Skechers and other companies where even New Balance, I wonder who they're gonna swing because they've had some really great signature, the Coco, golf line and all these things.
Well, Cameron Brink is with New Balance.
And Cameron.
So but the design of the shoe got to be fire.
It
and
does.
Some of these
has
shoes
to translate to off the court.
Some of these shoes look like trash.
But
I'm not gonna lie. Some of these shoes are trash.
Having the right representation behind these companies is helping. With Reebok, you have Shaq and AI now.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's saying a lot, and it's also touching on to the demographics that needs to pick it up more.
Yeah.
So
Angel Reese shoes aren't bad. Like I looked at them, I was like, okay, these aren't bad. Like they were better than I expected them to look.
Yeah, I'm not a big Reebok fan, but
5411s, you can't go wrong.
Or the Kamikazes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. The Shaq
questions.
The first Shaqs.
Oh man, I used to get
the first Shaq. No, the first Shaq, you had to know how to rock them though.
You did.
If you had the bigger your foot, the better they looked. Shaq made sure of that.
But
in the Iversons.
But I'm not new to the female shoe game either. My first female shoe was a Lisa Leslie shoe.
Wow.
So, we're talking about hoop shoes. Like, this has been going on, but I'm glad that it's really taking off bigger than ever, and a lot of people are getting the opportunity to showcase not just what they do on the court, but off the court with their style.
Right.
Yeah, I had the swoops. I had Cheryl swoops.
Oh yeah, that's
Cheryl
fire.
swoops.
Like, you know.
Kicks were fire. When she got stamped by Jordan, I was like,
Oh,
"Yep,
yeah.
I'm going to go get them."
Right there.
Yeah.
If the GOAT says they good, I'm going right down there and go get a pair. So, man, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
No, thank
Looking forward to
you.
having you throughout the season,
Yeah.
critiquing these
Absolutely.
shoes and seeing what these ladies are really rocking on the court. Because we talk about the shoe game, and now we're gonna flip it to the drip game.
Yep.
And let's get to the drip report to see who's dripping and who's not. Of course, we have a special
Drip report.
drip report.
Yeah.
Candace Parker. This one, she was at the NBA Awards.
I was there for that. She's just so fire. This is effortless, cold. You know, the metallic, she got it going. I mean, she's lighting up the carpet. Like, I mean, she can do no wrong, to be honest. But Candace Parker is one of the best in terms of her style, personal style off the court, too. But she just makes everything look good. And it's just effortless.
And and to be a tall woman and still pull it off and still be able to find the clothes that really accentuate not only your physical features, but your personality.
Yes.
And
very
those are the ones that I want. Let's go to the next one. Oh yeah, this was back in the day. This was retro
come on.
Candace.
This is giving 90s
If this is
vibes.
Mortal
This is
Kombat,
retro.
all I'm seeing is flawless victories.
Yes,
This is retro
literally.
Candace.
She's undefeated. Come on.
Candace was a model without trying to
Hello?
be a model. That's
Okay.
what's so cold about Candace Parker when she was she's so effortlessly photogenic.
Yes, but I mean, just fine. Like, oh, dang.
No effort whatsoever.
Yeah, she looks great. This is definitely giving the like 90s R&B video.
I'm gonna
Love
flip it to I'm gonna
For
show you the next
real,
one.
for
Check out the
real.
next one.
Oh,
ESPYs.
wow.
ESPY walk.
Ugh.
I was
Man.
there
Like,
for that one.
This might as well be the runway.
Man.
This
And
is
she
her own
won.
personal
That's what
runway.
she won.
How much
she won at
drool
ESPY.
did you get on the red carpet after that?
Yeah, she was absolutely incredible.
Radiant.
And she embraced the moment. I think that was the first time we see her away from the court really embracing the moment.
Yeah, that's fire.
And
ESPY's
being on the
coming up,
carpet.
too, so
yeah,
we'll
you
see
know,
what she
so
brings
hey,
this year.
we'll see if she shows up. That's
Yeah,
cool. Let's
yeah.
get it. And then, of course, here with her wife,
Beautiful.
this was, I mean, she looked fantastic. She always has a great sense of color.
Yes.
And no color is bad on Candace Parker. I'm sorry.
1,000%.
Call me biased all you
trash
want.
bag.
I don't
You
care.
guys are
She be that
1,000%
Missy,
right.
that Missy Elliott video. I
It's
can't stand the
literally
rain.
a trash bag and
Walking
making
down
it
the
like
street,
fashion.
like,
Okay.
I like that. She got on black boots. Yeah, she'll have women rocking that trash bag with black boots. I
I'm telling
guarantee
you. I'm telling you.
She is effortlessly, like I said, photogenic, and I'm so
She
happy
deserves
and
all
proud
the
of her.
flowers, man.
Absolutely,
She
and this is
deserves
why
all.
she got our special edition drip report because we
Yes.
wanted to honor one of the GOATs of the game of basketball.
Definitely on my Mount Rushmore.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
I
no
second
question.
that. I second that.
These are
Shout
really
out to Title IX, to the Title IX Awards in Las Vegas. As the Las Vegas Aces hosted the Title IX Awards where they honored Cheryl Miller. They honored Mia Hamm. As you see, Asia Wilson, Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, the president of the Las Vegas Aces, Allison Felix was also honored.
Right on.
I love the fact that they continue to honor Title IX and show the significance of Title IX, and it needs to be continued to people to understand that legacy of Title IX and
Yes.
how important it really is.
Absolutely, and he set me up for that one as he always does.
I didn't set you up for nothing.
It's all
Always
right.
blame the black guy.
It's
Killing
You
it
want to
soft.
blame the black guy, right? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Hey.
Fine, I'm out.
Fingers, forgetting how many point back.
You know what?
trying to
I'm
tell
good.
you.
I'm good. I don't
Well,
have to
we
take
will
this
catch
abuse.
you
I'm
next
good.
week. Make sure to tune in. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube so you don't miss a show.
I'm
We'll
done.
be back.
Goodbye.